Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast Reading the Author. I truly believe and pray that you and your families are completely safe and healthy as well. Guys, I'm really happy and I feel blessed to be able to bring you the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, simplified in conversational English. You can call it the beginner series. As you all know that Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters and 700 shlokas. So for beginners we are bringing 108 shlokas inspired by ISKCON. Each episode shall be of a few minutes and 5 to 6 shlokas from Bhagavad Gita will be there. It is also available on audio visual format on Vachi channel, so do check it out. Narration by Monisha K. Gumbar ma'am and Acharya Ravi Shankar sir. Please do spread the word about this initiative. Jai Shri Krishna.
वीतरागभयक्रोधा मन्मया मामुपाश्रिताः बहवो ज्ञानतपसा पूता मद्भावमागताः.
Being free from attachment, fear, and anger, becoming fully absorbed in me, and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me and thus attained my divine love. Friends, in the previous verses, we talked about cleansing our minds. How can we do that? By becoming detached, fearless, peaceful, and purified in the sacred fire of knowledge that we have Bhagwan's protection. Many people in the past have attained Krishna's divine love, and we are all capable of that. Does it mean Krishna needs your devotion and is partial towards those who worship him? No, he is beyond all that. It will be explained in the next verse.
ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्यः पार्थ सर्वशः.
In whatever way people surrender unto me, I reciprocate or shall serve accordingly. Everyone follows my path, knowingly or unknowingly, O son of Pritha. Krishna says, it does not matter in which way people surrender to him and which path they take, Krishna will reciprocate. Whether you are a devotee or an atheist, you cannot be free from the science of this knowledge, and everyone has to abide by the rules. We are all under the power of Bhagwan's mystical energy Maya, indulged in materialism and under this bondage. We cannot escape it till we are liberated from a karmic debt to attain the ultimate goal, which is not heaven but moksha. Whether we believe or not, we cannot break the rules of the cosmos.
चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम्.
The four categories of occupations were created by me according to people's qualities and activities. Although I am the creator of the system, know me to be the non-doer and eternal. Before going further, please note that gun means qualities and karm essentially means actions or activities. Now the four main occupations of Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras that people indulge into are based on their nature, skills and activities and not birth as it is popularly misunderstood. These are not castes. Jati and Varn are interrelated, and though families and bloodline make a huge difference, the deciding factor needs to be a person's own set of talents and inclinations. We can have a bit of all the four, but usually one dominates at a point of time. These are evolving too and depends how our nature responds to the times. Bhagwan provides people the means and energy to act, but we are all responsible for our own actions.
तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदेक्ष्यन्ते ते ज्ञानै ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः.
Learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Approach and inquire with respect and service. Such an enlightened saint can impart knowledge onto you because he has seen the truth. Krishna here recommends finding a self realized guru, someone who is enlightened with the divine truth. Friends, we need to be humble and respectful of the person who has undergone the process of enlightenment and try to learn with full dedication. The knowledge of the Vedas will not come easy unless we can commit ourselves to a process of deep sadhana. It is hard work, it needs surrender, it cannot be bought. But if our intentions are pure and we are fortunate to have the right person to guide us, the knowledge will reveal itself.
विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शूनि चैव श्वपाके च पंडितः समदर्शिनः.
The truly learned, with the eyes of divine knowledge, see with equal vision a Brahman, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater. This is nearly impossible to follow in current times. Essentially, it means being non-discriminatory and seeing every being as a fragment of Bhagwan himself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It means not judging anyone but being objective about every being, whether it is a learned person, an animal such as a cow which is supposed to be revered in our culture, an elephant, a dog, and even people who eat dogs. So friends, we need to see the divinity in everyone. Does it mean people who do wrong don't deserve punishment? No. Law of karma will always prevail. There is good and bad in us all. The idea is to be a lot more good than bad, isn't it?
ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःखयोनय एव ते आद्यन्तवन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः.
The pleasures that come from contact with the sense objects, though appearing as enjoyable to worldly minded people, are a source of misery. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, so the wise do not delight in them. Worldly pleasures are finite. Example, how much success or money or fame will truly bring peace and happiness? Worldly pleasures are temporary. Example, how much chocolate or alcohol can you have? There has to be a limit, right? Worldly pleasures are also lifeless or fake. Example, can you see your favorite movie every day? So the wise people understand this and instead find meaning in their lives, which can come from devotion or service to mankind or even through pursuit of knowledge. They do not acquire material objects to feel accomplished or to prove a point.
भोक्तारं यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति.
Having realized me as the enjoyer of all offerings and austerities, the supreme Lord of all the worlds, and the selfless friend of all living beings, my devotee attains peace. Though yajna is usually referred as a sacrifice, it can also mean an offering through the sacred fire or Agni Devta. You might have heard of the line, Tera Tujhko Arpan, which means we offer our worship, chanting, or even prasad to Bhagwan, knowing fully and with humility that it all anyway belongs to Him. Another concept could be when we offer service to others, including taking care of the plants and the animals of the world, isn't that too a way to serve Bhagwan? Bhagwan is the selfless friend of all living beings. He is present in all. We can all attain peace once we realize Him. And with this, we have completed most important shlokas from chapter 3, 4, and 5. Jai Shri Krishna. As you already know, some concepts are beyond the intellect of the human mind, and there are no right words to explain except in Sanskrit. Considering our limited understanding, kindly again accept our apologies for any mistakes. However, some things need to be felt but not forcefully. When your logic, reasoning, and faith are in perfect unity or yoga, you simply know. Those blissful moments are rare, but we are all capable of relishing them. Gita is offered to everyone, but not everyone is privileged enough to experience it. Let us be grateful to Krishna for his blessings.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्
Okay, so these were some of the shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita. Every week we will try to bring you some of the shloks from it. Till then, please take care of yourself and Jai Shri Krishna.